My friend, the atmosphere in Las Vegas exploded. Nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared Raiders fans for what happened in the last few hours. A game that began with hope ended in drama, tension, and shocking decisions that could change the course of the entire season. On one side, a worrying scene on the field left everyone silent. On the other, a tense moment on the sidelines became the trigger for something much bigger than it seemed. And when the storm blew, the final whistle came with full force. My friend, what's happening within the Raiders goes beyond the four lines. Injuries and conflicts are piling up. And now the time seems poised to enter a new chapter that few expected so soon. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to tell you everything that's really behind this mess, the reactions inside the locker room, and what could happen in the coming days. And believe me, the changes have already occurred. So, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell, because what's coming promises to shake the foundations of the Las Vegas franchise. It was that kind of agonizing moment that makes any fan hold their breath. At the beginning of the second quarter of the game against the Denver Broncos, Las Vegas Raiders offensive lineman Jackson Powers Johnson fell clutching his leg after an awkward fall. The stadium fell silent. Doctors rushed to help him. Players knelt down, and so one of the most promising young stars of the time had to be carried off the field with assistance, unable to put weight on his leg. It was a moment that shocked Raiders fans. After the game, Coach Pete Carroll surprised the press, visibly frustrated and uncertain. His words were few, but deeply worrying. He's been out for a while, and for those who know NFL jargon, that phrase means something less than several weeks. For a player like P. Johnson, the news couldn't have come at a worse time. Selected in the second round of the 2024 NFL Draft, the 6'4", 247-pound lineman quickly evolved from a rookie prospect into a key starter. His combination of size, strength, and intelligence made him one of the few consistent bright spots in an offense still finding its rhythm. In 21 career games, he started 19 and earned a spot on the PFWA All-Rookie team in his rookie season. That's no small feat for a young player who serves as a pillar in one of the most challenging positions in football. But the moment he left the field in Thursday night's game, the Raiders' offense began to crumble. Without Powers Johnson commanding the interior of the defensive line, the pocket repeatedly collapsed. Quarterback Geno Smith, already under pressure to perform after a shaky start to the season, suffered several brutal blows from the Denver defense. One of them left Smith limping, clutching his leg, though he warmly finished the game in the 10-7 loss. What's the problem? The offense isn't just depleted, it's disintegrating. Left guard Dylan Palm suffered a severe ankle sprain in the same game and is expected to be sidelined for some time. Meanwhile, left tackle Colton Miller, the veteran leader of the unit, remains on the injured list. With three of their key starters potentially out of action, the Raiders' offensive line protection looks dangerously fragile on the eve of the toughest part of the season. And the timing couldn't be worse. Las Vegas prepares for a Monday Night Football matchup on November 17th against the Dallas Cowboys, whose defensive line, led by DeMarcus Lawrence, is among the most aggressive and relentless in the NFL. If the Raiders are called upon to field reserves and players promoted from practice time, it could be a disaster for Geno Smith and the offense internally. Coaches are scrambling to reorganize the offensive line. Rookie Veer Munford Jr. and are expected to take the field, but neither can replicate Powers Johnson's combination of physical strength and intelligence. Offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, already criticized for the team's lack of rhythm, now faces the impossible task of redesigning the defenses against one of the league's fiercest defensive lines. This loss doesn't just hurt the offensive line. It threatens to compromise the Raiders' entire offensive identity. Powers Johnson wasn't just a blocker, he was a stabilizer. the anchor that gave Geno time and confidence to analyze plays. Without him, the repertoire of plays diminishes. The running game stagnates, and the passing attack becomes predictable, and that's why the concern isn't just how long he'll be away, but what that means for the rest of the season. Just hours after the painful 10-7 loss to the Denver Broncos, the Las Vegas Raiders made a shocking announcement that reverberated throughout the organization, and among fans, special teams coordinator Tom McMahon was fired. The decision came directly from head coach Pete Carroll after what international sources described as a heated sideline argument between the two. During the game, cameras captured tense moments between Carroll and McMahon, showing the veteran coach visibly furious as words were exchanged. It was the kind of confrontation that demonstrated frustration and a season that had spiraled completely out of control. But make no mistake, it wasn't just an argument. McMahon's mission had been months in the making. The Raiders' special teams time has been a complete disaster throughout the 2025 season. From missed field goals to costly compensations and coverage failures, the unit has been a major problem. However, it was the blocked punt against Denver which led directly to the Broncos' game-winning touchdown that finally prompted Carroll to make the decision. That play not only changed the outcome of the game, it symbolized everything that went wrong for Las Vegas this year. With a 2-7 record, the Raiders' season was marked by frustration and poor performance. Carroll's return to the head coach position was supposed to mark the beginning of a new era, a chance to rebuild a winning culture and restore discipline to a team that had lost its luster. The organization paired him with offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, hoping that Kelly's creativity and fast-paced schemes would unleash the potential of Geno Smith and the Raiders' offense. Instead, both the offense and special timeouts have been among the league's worst offenders. Sources close to the team say McMahon's mission was both a message to the locker room and a technical decision. Carroll, known for his energetic leadership and demand for accountability, wanted to show that mediocrity would no longer be tolerated. In private conversations, the players described the atmosphere at the facility as tense but necessary, and the mission was seen as a wake-up call for everyone, coaches and players alike. Still, the decision sparked debate among factions and analysts. Was McMahon truly the problem, or is this merely a symptom of a deeper dysfunction? After all, the Raiders roster was assembled with high expectations, and yet their on-field performance seems disorganized and uninspired. The problems extend beyond a single coordinator. The truth is that Carroll himself is under increasing pressure. His first season back as head coach is far from the overcoming adversity story many expected. He has faced criticism for questionable decisions during games, inconsistency in choosing experimental plays, and an inability to maintain team morale amidst adversity. When you add to that a series of injuries, including significant losses like Jackson Powers-Johnson and Dylan Parham, the picture is one of a coach struggling to maintain control of a sinking ship. Behind the scenes, we've already discussed potential changes to the coaching staff. In addition to McMahon's departure, several assistants may be at risk before the end of the season. While management evaluates which path to take, the organization is determined to see how Carroll handles this crisis and whether he can stabilize the team or if even bigger changes will be allowed. For 2026, McMahon's departure may be just the first piece of a dominating, potentially drastic overhaul of the coaching staff. And the Raiders' overall philosophy management knows something needs to change, and soon with each loss, fan frustration grows, social media criticism intensifies, and owner patience wears thin. With a series of injuries, a key offensive lineman absent, and major coaching changes already underway, do you think the Raiders still have a chance to turn things around in the 2025 season, or are we witnessing the beginning of yet another complete overhaul in Las Vegas? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll come back later to update you with the latest Raiders news, music,